Welcome back, people. Okay. In the last one, I did the first 3 layers of dark oak or something like that, and you saw that, and then I stopped the tape. So now I've put in the oak run. I've stepped in, like I did before. I stepped in one or two. Stepped in one, I think. Yeah, I stepped in one, and then put up 2 layers of 3 layers of the oak. So I've got dark oak and spruce layer I think done. Yes, dark oak, spruce, and I think that is the oak. So I've got 3 different types of tree done. I'm doing spruce now. So did I do 2 or 1? I did a 1. So I stepped in by 1 and then put the spruce on top. And I think this was a layer of 2. I'm not too sure. I can't remember. It's that long ago. If I could tell myself now before I start doing this bit here, that I've got a faster approach. But I wanted, my idea was to put bark in, wood with bark on it instead of planks. Do you know what I mean? But later, I find it, when you start getting to the straight bit of the tree, it was easier, and you get more for your chop if you use planks instead of this. But at least I've got at the base of the tree or trunk of the tree, uh, I've got at least every representation of every tree that Minecraft can offer, except for mangrove, the and the 2 nether trees. I'm putting them straight into branches. I know I didn't have enough wood of any one. I can tell you now, I do not have enough wood of each to go and put a band in. Do you know what I mean? A band of that wood. Nowhere near it. Not when it's 100. It's 160 wide, people. 160 wide. Wow. If I can go back, I'd change that too. It's just, it was the most monotonous. I thought the base would have been the actual disc, that foundation this is all sitting on, was horrendous. No, the most horrendous part so far was the tree trunk, and I'm happy with what I see. I'm happy with what I've done and the height I've got. It does me. So there's me. I think I'm moving on to jungle wood now, aren't I? Yeah, and I think these different shades and tones of the wood and the bark of the wood, I think it looks kind of cool. So far, it looks kind of cool. So yeah, for you, it's going to be like an instant thing. It's going to be like, I'm going to start doing this. I'm going to tell you which layer I'm doing. You're going to see which layer I'm doing. Like now, I'm going to do the jungle layer, and boom, it'll just be done. Do you know what I mean? You'll see that. Don't worry, people. I take big breaks along the way. I move away from this world, and I go and do some. I do ancient cities. I do in all other worlds, and in one world I did 2 ancient cities because I got really into doing ancient cities. I did 2. When I say 2, I mean something like I do it till I get the disc. The disc 9 disc fragments. I get me music disc, which is the Lane Rainer one. I just love that music. I was up there at one point, and I listened to the music 3 times over on repeat. I thought, why not? Go, go, go. I enjoyed it. So yeah, I've got to do that. Then I also I try to get every chest I can. There might be 1 or 2 left in those ancient cities, but when I come out with probably 3 full chests of goodies, maybe 4 full chests of goodies, I consider that ancient city done. Move on to the next. Do you know what I mean? So that's what I was doing. Yeah. So this jungle wood, I'm now using. I'll step in too. Do you know what I mean? So the jungle wood has been done, and I think. Do I? I changed to a different wood then now. Yeah. So I've done the jungle layer, and I've got some jungle wood left over. So I'm going to use jungle wood to step into, or something like that. and then go acacia. And that's what I've decided. I've got some wood left over, etc. Let's go see what that looks like. I've got to use a wood type to step into, do you know what I mean? I could have used dirt blocks or something else, but if you go on the inside, it'll look daft. You know what I mean? It's got to be wood on the inside, hasn't it? Do you know what I mean? Even if you step in, it's got to be wood, and it has to be bark. This was my idea and plan, to go that far with bark on the side of it. So this was the acacia layer, and yeah, as you can just saw there, I make a few fluff ups, and but I'll leave them. I'll leave them. So even that tone of wood, it doesn't look too bad, does it? You've got this lovely dark, then light, then dark, then this light grey texture wood. It looks kind of cool for the base of the tree. I was really, really enjoying it. It was, at this stage, yeah, I was really enjoying it. It's when you get to the later stages. So I mean, this took, if you got enough wood to do the full 3 layers, right, a full 3 layer of it, you can do that in one Minecraft day. But it is, you have to get matchsticks for your eyes. By the time you get round to the other end, being 160 wide, yeah, when you get to the other end and you come back and join it all up, it's a nice feeling, but you are exhausted, absolutely exhausted. So as you can see here, I've decided not to step in anymore. Yeah, I'm not stepping in no more. It's going to go straight up from this layer. And I wish I could just grab myself now and go, don't do the birch layer. Don't do the birch layer. I might have to rip that down. But then again, I did want something in the tree, a layer or two of every tree in Minecraft. And I put the white layer there. I could have put the white layer in at the footing, couldn't I? But I wanted some dark. I wanted it to be dark down there, do you know what I mean? So it's tough going, people. Real tough going. And boom, there's the birch layer. But something's telling me it doesn't gel, does it? If you think it doesn't also gel, or you think, well, it's in there now, save yourself a lot of time, don't do it. Just leave it in. Then that mistake, or is it a mistake? I don't know. It's a funny wood. See, that there's got this lovely, what's it called? A lovely texture to it, lovely tones, and then we get this white band of wood. I don't know, people. It's one of them, innit? I might have to rip that down, those 3 layers, and yeah, but replace it with dark oak planks. So yeah, I've got this dark oak that's going in, and as you can see, I haven't yet done and converted to planks yet. Either way, I've now moved on to dark oak, an actual full layer of dark oak, with, what's it called, with bark on it. So there we go. Look, it's still got the bark on. So I haven't even started doing the dark oak planks, because I'm nowhere near it. Every layer that I added to it, every single layer, and I call a layer like 3 blocks high. So I'm adding 3 layers to it in one turn. Do you know what I mean? Every turn up there, full inventory of wood gives me 3 layers. And you're up there for a full Minecraft day. Sun up, get up. Sun down, you're on the way down. Like this here now, it would have been turning night just as that point there. It was monotonous and it was long. So it takes 15 minutes, roughly. Minecraft day is 15 minutes. So it takes me 15 minutes to put 3 layers on. How long? Yeah. A whole Minecraft day to put 3 layers on it. Crazy. So you can see now, I'm going straight up now. Do you know what I mean? I'm just going straight up. And it didn't matter how many layers I put on, all the wood I've used. That wood there is essentially as much of the wood from the boxes that I want to use. I want to keep some wood back for branches. You get me? That's going to be a branch. That's going to be a branch. I've got no jungle wood left, so I'm going to have to grow some more jungle wood to do that. That's going to be a branch. I've got some spruce left, but I think I might have to grow some more spruce to get a branch. The dark oak section, no problem. I've got that for a branch. I've got my 2 nether trees for branches. It still looks like a stump. I'm thinking, no, this isn't our plans. This isn't what it was meant to be. It still looks like a stump. I'm crying inside right now, people. Crying. I'm thinking this isn't right. I was really expecting to be up there, in the dizzy heights, be bending my neck to see it, but no, it still looks like a stump. I thought I need to either do something radically here, or change something. Oh, I don't know. It was one of them. When I saw the enormity of everything, I thought, this is crazy, absolute crazy. So I had a little think about it. I thought, I wonder if I can utilise the wool from the wool factory, the brown wool and the black wool. Would it work? Would this work inside the tree? Because I've got the base, I've got every type of tree there is in Minecraft, essentially, inside what you see behind you now, behind the sheep, or in front of the sheep. Would it work? Thinking, could work. I haven't got a lot of black wool, I haven't got a lot of brown wool, but let's see if it would work, do you know what I mean? And if it did, I'll just sit around and wait for the wool to come to me. That way then I haven't got to keep chopping, have I, do you know what I mean? That was the idea. That was the plan. To stop the chopping. Yeah, okay. Even then, I thought, well, the idea of it all comes good, because that looks good. The black wool looks cool in it. And actually, when you see it in essence of all the wool, you think, what that black wool against the barked wood, it looks kind of cool. Have a black band around it. It looks funny. It looks good. But then that brown wool, the light brown or darkish brown wool, no. I think I'm definitely going to go back and rectify that mistake. It's that birch. Do I go around 3 layers of birch and rip it down? Do you know what I mean? There's something telling me not to do that, because at least then somebody asks, have you got all the Minecraft trees? I have, yeah, they're there. But definitely the wool, the brown wool, I might have to replace that, I think. When I get a bit higher, and a bit higher than, like at 120, it's taking 15 to 20 seconds to get from the top to the bottom. And then when it gets right to the top, it's taking 30 to 40 seconds just to get to the top of the trunk. Crazy, people. Wow, crazy. So the wool's in. Some of the wool is, anyway, the brown wool. And I've done a layer of black, I think, at the same time. So I've done some black, some brown. I think I go off and get, I decide that's it then. Yeah, let's go get some more wool. Have a little kipperoonie and get all the wool I can. Yeah, you can see I haven't done it yet. But then I've got to live with what I did. It's either live with it and leave it, and leave those mistakes, or the things that are the mistakes, I did them. It's my world. I could leave it if I wanted, but it doesn't look right. You know what I mean? I don't know. Either way, I've got to live with the decision what I did, adding the wool, thinking you see the idea then is, once I've put all this wool in, I nip back to the sheep wool farm and collect more black and brown wool, and I'll take that to the top. At least then you haven't got to chop it down. You haven't got to use axes. You haven't got to run around like an endless chicken to get it done. Let the wool factory do all the work. Yeah. Nowhere near it, mate. When I put all this wool on, and I've got no more black wool and no more brown wool, enough to do another layer, another turn, being 3 layers. I went back to check the wool, and yeah, the sheep's gonna have to eat like a Trojan, isn't he? An absolute Trojan. You can see it, can't you? That black band looks pretty cool. That brown band looks pretty cool. It's up there because it's all one. But there is a moment inside that black layer that some of it is turned into light brown wool. I'm thinking, don't like that. And every time I look at the tree, that white band goes, look at me, change me, I don't like it. But let me know what you think about that white band. Do you know what I mean? Oh, I don't know, people. It was monotonous. And then the realisation kicked into my head that you're not going to have enough wool. You're going to have to start chopping some trees down. Chopping one type of tree that gives you maximum wood, because it still looks like a stump, and I need to get to the dizzy heights of... I was aiming for 164 blocks tall. I wanted to get to the height of 164. Then I know I've actually added 100 blocks to it. It's 100 blocks tall, do you know what I mean? Either way, I thought, let's have a change of pace. Let's do something different, because I was going insane, absolutely insane, of chopping wood, planting trees, chopping wood, planting trees. Oh, I took different breaks. I got some achievements, etc., in different worlds, just on the PS5, of course. But yeah, I thought, right, let's change your pace. While I'm playing these ancient cities and water monuments, and even having to go to fort again, etc., etc. In back of my mind, what can I do with the fortress now? What can I do with the fort? What can I do with the big tree, and change things? And I thought, hang on, I'm big enough to do the archway, the big entrance. I could do the entrance and work on the entrance itself to give it some sort of structure, some sort of hope for the future. Do you know what I mean? So in this episode of building this tree, I'd say tree. It is a tree. It will be a tree. But in this episode, it's just finishing the trunk off. That's all it is, people. Oh dear, dear, dear. So I thought, to break that up, I'm going to build the mega arch, the archway. And when you see the finished arch, I don't like, now I'm looking at the finished arch as it is here. I've been liking it all the way through, but when I start looking back at this and I see this big straight bar at the top, I don't like the bar at the top now. I really like the bar at the top, because I can have a nice straight line row of lanterns or something hanging on the top, or put some bits, but it doesn't look organic. Yeah, it doesn't look like it was done organically. Or no one puts a straight bar across, do they? We haven't got big enough doors. So I'm thinking to myself, put like a crack, a big massive crack up the top of it, from the centre as you see it, and instead just change it round a little. So they might have made a mistake. You'll see it. But it was still enjoyable to take a break from the monotonous chopping trees, planting trees, chopping trees, planting trees, chopping trees, planting trees. And then it would be do 3 layers, right? Do 3 layers, then get back to chopping trees, planting trees. Oh dear. Oh yeah, I even played different games to try and get my mind away from it. But every time I thought of the icon world, I thought of the big tree, thinking, you should be on that, Will. You need to get back on that and get some more layers on. Get back on there and put some more layers on. Okay, I'll do that then. So I aimed for like 6 layers to 12 layers a day. If I got 9 layers, yeah, which is somewhere in between the 6 and the 12, if I've got 9, I'll go, yeah, that'll do. Move on to the next. Do something different. So in some worlds, I was playing around with horses. I discovered the power of the horse. Yeah, and armour and breeding horses to get the ultimate horse. And yeah, I said before, back in the Fortress days, I said that I would do more with horses eventually. I thought, yeah, well, let's do that then for an adventure. Let's not make a video out of it. You know, it's self-discovery horses, isn't it? But yeah, there's plenty of people out there have done guides on horses. Go and watch them. They're fantastic. That's where I learnt it from. But I also learnt something out about horses. That you can actually make them jump. And the longer you hold the jump button, the higher it jumps. Oh, do they? Wow. The power of the horse, people. And if you have a donkey, you can put a chest on it. Oh, can you? So I kept on I wanted to find the fastest donkey I could. Because when I go on a big adventure and I want to take stuff back with me, I'm going to do that. I also bred llamas and got that achievement. Caravan. Something follow me in my caravan or something like that. Achievement. So I did that too. And I bred llamas and put different colour carpets on the back. And gave them all chests. And they look absolutely amazing. I think I might have to do this here. Can't wait for the camel to come out. Oh, yes, please. I'll have a camel. Yeah, I just can't wait for the camel. So, yeah. Here's me. I've collected all that dirt for that purpose. To show you the entrance to the big tree. And this is the reasoning behind collecting all that dirt. But it also gave me a gauge of how much actual dirt I've collected and what it will do inside the tree base. And essentially how much dirt I'm going to need to collect to complete the entire disc that the tree is sitting on, right to the edge of the wall. Oh, free lead. Go on then. And I'm going to have to go through I would swear, I'm going to have to go through a hell of a lot of shovels, you get me, to get that done. So you leave the tree where I was doing I was on bits and bobs once. I was on I was on the straight bits and I was nowhere near it. Either way, I went off and got a traders working in there and bred some traders, blah, blah, blah. Cured some traders here. And I cured him, made him a librarian eventually, and he gave me Book of Mending. Yeah, I've now got mending, people. I've got books of mending. Yeah, mending. I have been OPing my bestest items and making them with mending on them. Now you can count me in. I've never been so strong, people. Never been so strong. See, I had this issue. I spent a whole day with these guys, getting a lot of iron and poppies. You know, cheers, mate. This is how I get lots of iron and poppies. Yes, they didn't actually start there. They started to spawn on the roof. The big long roof. Thinking, wonder if I can make a little iron farm. Yeah, let's try this. So I made myself 2 lava pits above some bits, and of course this is where they were spawning is too wide, so I had to sort of makeshift this together. I had this up, 3 or 4 blocks high, wall right rounded, thinking they're only going to spawn inside that section above the roof. But no, it didn't work that way, people. So there it is, people. There's the tree trunk. It's finished. I'm happy with what I see. Yeah. It works out at 99. If you go right to the top, which I'm going to take you to now in a minute, it works out at 164 when you stand on top. That means that the tree trunk is 99 blocks high, which is by the time I put in the roof, which will make it exactly 100 blocks tall, I will have 10 floors of 10 floors to create. I've got 10 floors to create. But before I put the floors in or even put in the top, the roof of it, I want to get all the dirt done on the inside, put torches everywhere, and then put the roof on, and then I can start doing the canopy. Or do I add a branch to it and start the branching? So in the next part, the big tree part 4, or the big tree 4, I'm going to, I think, start doing the dirt. Get the dirt done, then the branches, and then I do the canopy. And then we're going to consider the tree done. You get me? There's a little bit to me that says that white, the other idea I had with that birch or even that brown wool was to take some of them out, yeah, take all of it out, get some dark oak planks, and then take windows and put like glass panes in it or glass cubes just to add a bit of interest and make them spaced out. Do you know what I mean? So it looks a bit like a spaceship, but hopefully that the first floor will hit that layer and it'll look like a window going down the sides of it. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Lots of choices, lots of design things I can change. And also at the top there, you think, where's he going to put his canopy for the actual thing? Is he going to make it look like one of them trees, like a dark oak? I'm just symbolising how far the dirt's going to go to the edge of the wall. Do you know what I mean? But either way, people, I'm happy with that. The trunk's done. No point coming back and forth, showing you, and then taking a break. So I just got it done, and that took. I think I went a bit insane. I went crazy with myself. I turned myself sad. It was bad, people. Don't do this. Top tip: just don't do it. Yeah. So my idea is to get the dirt down, branches, then do a canopy, but then leave the top clean. Then I can actually, if I want to go up a bit more, I can go up a bit more. Do you know what I mean? I can go up. So hopefully you join me next time to watch the continuation of the big tree. And thank you and goodbye.